Me still?
Yes, governor.
Okay.
Can
All
you hear
right.
you loud and clear?
Yeah, I'm chilling in the motherland.
Queen behavior. Bro, you need to start like posting more on your stories. Like every single time you post, I'm like, I gotta see what she's doing right
Wait,
now.
really? You're interested?
Yeah,
That's cute.
I'm interested. I love it. I love when people travel and post everything. Like if you're traveling, I'm a nosy bitch. I want to see what you're
Me
eating, where
too.
you're going,
Me too. Me too.
what
Me
you're
too.
drinking, the
Yeah, me
air, the
too.
floor, everything.
I want to feel like I'm traveling with you, a free vacation.
Literally, I'm like living through you. But how was your
Yes,
Austria trip?
dude, it was it was it was really fun. It was an experience, like, but it's like you don't like. I don't know how, if you're like this, Nona, but I am like, you know how there's I can overpack. Like, okay, I'll overpack a lot of times. I didn't this time, but like there's things that I overdo. But in terms of planning, I will underplan. Like I live my life underplanned. Like if it was my sister going to Austria, dude, for like 11 hours, she would have had like a 12 list itinerary of like things that she's gonna do at the times and to make sure she's back on the airport on time. Like I had one like a like couple ideas in my mind and I just like wing the rest. And I didn't realize that that's like problematic. Like I'm in a country where I don't speak the language. I'm inside of the country while I'm trying to figure out how I can move around. Like I don't even know the transportation. I didn't even bother like looking up what their like main forms of
You really
transportation were.
freeballed it.
Yeah. So it was really fun. It was just like I was lost for a little bit. Like obviously there's a language barrier, like people can't help you, but it was fun. Like I would do it again, you know? Like I have no regrets. Good
That's
time.
honestly such a vibe. I'm so happy you did that. I feel like that's a core memory.
Yeah, for sure. It really is. Plus, the gym there was like, dude, Nona, the gym there was like next level. Like, I'm telling you. So they had their own kitchen in there where they made food. Okay.
What?
And it was like, yeah, like it was like a restaurant. But it was like food that you and I would love, like different kinds of bowls, and all of it's like high protein. Like I ordered coffee, it was high protein. I got like a chicken bowl that had like sesame seeds, like greens, like a form of carb that I couldn't really understand what it was though.
Mhm.
But like they had that in the bottom, right? And when you first walk in, it's all powerlifting. It's like an entire floor of powerlifting, like just racks, just bench presses, like strongman stuff. So I was like, unfortunately, like I was like to myself, like, damn, I chose a powerlifting gym. Like it's okay, it has weights, so I can like do what I would need to, but I would love machines. She goes,
Mhm.
all right, like you can go upstairs. That's where the lockers are. I go upstairs. There's an entire floor dedicated to bodybuilding, and then like there's a turf dedicated to like like people who are like I don't know doing like more like movement based stuff. There's like those bars that gymnasts use. Like this gym was equipped for everyone. It was so big, like not big. Like it was big. It wasn't small, but it's not like massive in size. But
Mhm.
it had literally everything. Like I first thought it was powerlifting, and I went upstairs. Like, holy crap! They have literally everything that you could need, like for every muscle group. Like they had leg machines I hadn't seen before. They had like three variations of the same like back extra machines. Like if there was one, there was three. Like it was actually that gym was actually crazy.
That's insane. US is behind.
No, for sure, dude. And everyone, Nona, in Austria was jacked out of their minds.
Get out. Even like the normal people,
Dude, like
like just regular
people looked
citizens.
everyone looked fit to me. Like, and then when I was walking the streets to like go to like the places that I need to go, everyone was like, I don't know if it was maybe like that area was like that. Everyone was doing something. Like there was like I saw like every block there was like three different groups of people like playing a different sport. There was like a billion people biking. Like everyone was moving. Like I understand like a lot of other like countries and cities people walk, that's normal, but people were doing like sports. Like it was so common to see like people the gym, everyone was jacked, and as I was walking, like people were playing soccer, some people were playing like I don't know, like a form of volleyball. I don't even know what the sport was, but they were like kicking it over like a low net. People were playing
Damn.
tennis. It was like it was so unusual but cool. Everyone was like
That is
living their
such a
best lives.
vibe. Look, that's how it
Yeah.
should be, you know? That's how it should be. I'm glad that like at least like some countries like urge citizens to like stay active, and like that's like part of their daily routine.
Yeah, it feels that way. It really feels that way with Austria. I don't know if it was the glimpse that I got. I mean, like, given I was there for like 11 hours, right? But like, that's what
Mhm.
it felt like.
That's cool. That's so cool. Wait, was
Yeah,
the Red Bull thing in Austria or Armenia?
that's Armenia, dude. Armenia.
Oh
I love my country. I love everything about it. But me and my brother always crack jokes that they really just like rip everything off because there's like no repercussions. Like, who's gonna sue them? You know what I mean? So I remember like last time I came, we went to a restaurant here. It was called California Burger. Okay.
Mhm.
And the menu, no, listen to me. The menu was In and Out's menu. They didn't even bother to change anything. They just printed In and
No.
Out's. No, I swear. I swear. But and they weren't even serving half of those things. Like, it was just the things that they were serving. Like, it'd be like burger. They'd be like, okay, like you just point at the picture. But like I saw Boom, right? Boom is like an energy drink. Of course, like you know me, like I love my energy drinks, and like I haven't had anything like since I've been here. And it just like I love it, especially when I'm walking around. I saw Boom. It was like BOOM. And it reminded me of no knockos or no goes. I don't know if you've ever had them. It looks
No
exactly the
way.
same. And I look at it,
Damn.
it says it's like it's a diet energy drink, like zero cool fitness, like they have all these adjectives on the can. I'm like, I gotta try this. I take a sip. No, like I know my energy drinks. That is 100% Red Bull Zero's formula, like knocked off, like 100%, like tasted exactly like it.
No.
Yes, super funny, and everyone's like, yeah, like we love Boom, or I've had Boom, and I was like, it's funny.
She's like, yeah, Red Bull really loves Boom too.
Yeah, I've had Boom too before I even had it right now.
I'm dead. That's actually really funny. That's hilarious. I mean, like, get your bag, right? Like,
Yeah, that's
get
what I'm
your bag,
saying.
I
Like,
guess.
do you? Yeah. Like, you gotta do what you gotta do. They're just one step ahead.
Literally. But you know what? That's so interesting because that's something that I didn't really think about. Like how, like in America, if you do something that's copying one brand, like you're fucked. But if you go to a different country and like do it and have a multi-million billion maybe business of just
Dude,
mocking another
dude,
brand, who's set? What are they
dude,
gonna do?
why don't we do that? Why do we not do that? Like, is this bad? Like, what we're talking about, is that a bad thing to do? I don't think so, right? Like, here's the thing. Those companies do not exist in third world
That is
countries, like at
true.
all. Like,
Yeah.
I like literally, like when I try to find like things that I know exist in America, like you most of the time you're not gonna find like I I don't want to like sometimes maybe like candies might not even though like there's like everything has its own version here. Like I got my nails done, right?
Mhm.
My cousin does nails, like she works for a salon. She's like, oh my god, like let me do your nails. And so she did my nails and she was showing me like the nail polishes that they use. And I was giving her like the most popular nail polish brand names that we have here. They don't exist here. They're just completely different. And the ones that exist here, I've never heard of. So it's like maybe there's something that's not allowing like these brands to import to countries like this. So it's like, hell yeah, we should become genius like business women and just get these ideas and just not even like we don't even have to think. We just have to copy
Do.
and paste.
That's actually really funny. You know what? This got me thinking. When I was little and I went to Iran, they literally had a KFC there, but it was just called something fried chicken, but it was literally
Yes.
KFC.
No,
That is
look,
so
like
funny.
recently they started getting stuff like that in Armenia. Like there's actually a KFC, but there's been so many knockoffs of things. Like, and everyone knows that they're knockoffs. That like when I came here and I was like, oh, there's a Gold's Gym. Like I was like, oh, I was telling my mom like I'm gonna go to the Gold's Gym that's here. Everyone, every single person in my living room, and there was like a bunch of people that like my family. They're like, are we sure it's the real Gold's Gym? Like that's how far it went. How far it's gone. That like it says Gold's Gym, it's using the logo, like all there's a website and everything, and everyone is still convinced that there's a chance that
That
that's
it
not
might not
actually
be.
they might actually not be affiliated.
Wait, is it though? Was it?
No, I think like it can't not be like dumbbells say it. There's like a website. Like I'm assuming that this one is actually affiliated.
That's crazy. I didn't know Gold's Gym like was international like that. I thought it was just a California, LA thing.
Oh no, no, no. I think they wait. I gotta
I've
check. I thought they wait.
Wait, that's actually crazy if they're international like that. I didn't know they got it like that. I mean, like, good for them. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah. Russia, India, Australia, Costa Rica, Japan. I just Googled,
Damn.
but yeah, I didn't know either.
Then Gold's Gym is a big chain. Like, they're probably the
Yeah, Gold's
biggest
Gym
gym
is like
chain.
OG, like gyms, right? Yeah, that's what I assume.
Get out. I didn't know Gold Gym had it like that.
Dude,
Wow.
we're Gold's Gym fans out here. You know what I'm saying?
Damn. The world be, into that bodybuilding shit. I like that. I like that. Good shit.
Yeah, I love that actually.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, pop off, pop off. Okay, tell me more, tell me more. I'm really jealous of the foods that you're posting. Those look so good.
Oh, Armenian food is like amazing,
Yeah, it looks so
but it's very
homey.
similar to like Persian foods, right?
Yeah, I love, I love. What time is it there right now?
11 p.m.
Oh wow. Are you like, do you have bad jet lag or no?
So I worked overtime to like fix my jet lag. Like I didn't sleep before I flew, so I could just adjust things. Like I had it all planned out.
Mhm.
So I'm okay. I'm just like I'm not tired because of jet lag. I'm just tired just because I'm tired. Like I have to wake up super early to go to the gym because they don't let me record unless I'm there like as soon as they open, and they
No
open at
way.
6. Yeah,
Damn, so you
because
gotta
they
go
don't want other
early.
people. Yeah, so I mean, it's okay because as soon as I wake up, like I am so excited about going to the gym that I'm chilling. You know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
just like dragging myself out of bed, but as soon as I'm up and I'm out the door, I'm vibing. Like it
Yeah.
like I am in it.
That's good. You know what? That's actually really good
Yeah.
that they're okay with you like recording, At least like they gave you like some like space. They're like, come out in the morning when no one's here to record. Like that's really chill on them.
Yeah, they actually like were super like didn't really want me to be recording at all.
Mhm.
And I attempted like twice and then I started like to get really embarrassed to even ask because I had
Yeah.
attempted, I had talked. So then I came home, I was like, Mom, please call them. I was like,
Hmm.
please call them and help me. And she did. And she was just like, is there anything we can do? And she's like, yeah, if she comes at like, as soon as we open 6, then she's free to record.
Damn.
So I was like,
Okay,
okay,
lit.
bet.
Yeah, mommy got
Yeah, I'm not,
powers.
yeah. Have you ever seen like whenever someone's tire pops and they're like on the phone with their dad? Like they weren't letting me record. So
Literally.
I was like, Mom.
Good. Okay, I love that. I love that. That's
Yeah, it
good.
all worked out. I have a few more days here. I leave like I think the 24th. So I have like maybe like what is that, like a week left?
Okay. That's honestly a good amount of time.
It is. It's looking a lot. Like I'm not gonna cap.
You're like, I want to come home.
No, you know what
Yeah,
it is?
but
It's just so hard. It's so hard to keep up with everything that I want to do
I see.
here because you get what I'm saying? But like I would stay here for longer if it was up to me, like just to like chill and just vacay. Like I feel like especially when you're flying for like 16 hours, like it's worth staying for a long time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. That's actually
Yeah, dude,
crazy. 16
can
hours.
I tell you about my flight? I have like this really funny story to share, and then maybe we can like go to the topic of the podcast. I don't want to like talk about my trip the entire time.
No, I would love to hear it. But go, 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 go.
Okay, I like if this is not funny, you let me know. We can cut this out because I feel like this needs visuals, but this was so funny to me. Like I still think about it. Like when things go silent, I recall this memory and I laugh. Like so I go onto my Austria plane, like I'm walking down the aisle. I haven't seen my seats, right? Because this was like decided through like a travel agent. So I didn't even like bother to like look at anything. So I go and I notice once I get to my row, get to my seat, I notice I'm sitting in the middle aisle in the middle seat. I'm like in the worst possible seat on this flight.
Mhm.
So I'm already like bummed a little bit. Not super, but I'm like, damn, this is about to be like a rough, like I can't lean to the left, I can't lean to the right. Like I have to sleep like a mummy like the entire time. And then so I take a seat. To the right of me is this woman who is maybe like 30 something years old, and to the left of me is like an older man, like the age of my dad. Like he's like got to be like 60 years old or something.
Mhm.
So I don't know how you sleep on an airplane, but wait, let me rewind for a second. So like
Mhm.
as soon as we take off, the old man notices that like the seat to the left of him is empty. So he scoots over. So now there's like an empty seat between us. So at this point, he's like my savior. Like he just made my flight like the best. Like he fixed all my problems. And this old man, I had like maybe like 5, 6 interactions with him. He ended up being like so wholesome. Like it felt like I had my dad right next to me. Like there was a language
Oh,
barrier. So all he would do was like assist me, but like silently, like when I wouldn't even ask for it. Like
like
it was the
how?
sweetest thing. Yeah, like okay, so I don't know how you sleep on an airplane, but for me, most of the time I'll put down that thing that the tray that they use for food and I'll just like slam my head on it. Like you know, you used to like nap when you were in like
Yeah,
school,
yeah.
like that. Like and I'll cross my arms and I'll sleep like that. So I fell asleep like that for like maybe an hour or two.
Mhm.
I shit you not, as soon as I opened my eyes, like for a brief second, he like saw me open my eyes and he grabbed a pillow and he offered it to me. He was like put this, like put your head under
Oh,
the pillow. That was my first. I was so shocked. It was so sweet. So I put the pillow, I fall asleep. My next interaction is like they're bringing food and I'm asleep and he taps my shoulders like, oh, the food's here. Like just like my parents would. Like literally just like my parents would. And
that's
then
so cute.
um yeah, this man was so cute. And then there's like blankets. I was trying to put the blanket around me, and like I struggled for a little bit. I think he was sleeping at this time too. I was struggling to put my blanket on me, so I was like maybe fidgeting a lot. So I don't know if it like he noticed.
Mhm.
And because you know, like when your blanket folds and I couldn't get it on my lower back, so he just reaches over and just like helps me put my blanket on and just goes back to sleep. Like so
Oh,
sweet. Okay,
it's
so listen to
so
this
cute.
story.
I'm gonna cry right now. I
Yeah,
love
I
wholesome
honestly wish I got his
interactions.
name or something. I did too, especially
Yeah.
on planes, dude. Everyone's like locked up with each other. Like, you guys might as well talk, like, be nice. But no one
Yeah.
does that. Isn't it weird? Like, there's like hundreds of people on a plane together and no one speaks to each
No one
other.
speaks.
Like, you would
That's
think you would,
awkward.
why don't, that's so awkward. Why don't we just socialize? It would be way better.
Yeah. It just
It would be like
shows
a
you how
party.
antisocial we are, you know?
Yeah,
It's
or
like
it's
you
like
could
a
literally make
weird
a lifelong friend.
conditioning.
Yeah.
100%. It's like, as soon as the airplane takes off, you don't even have to wear seatbelts. Like it could be a party in there if you wanted it to be. Like, what's wrong with
Yeah.
us?
It could be
Why
so
don't we? Why doesn't
fun.
everyone on? It could be like a yacht. Like, why is no one
Literally.
having a good time?
Yeah. Everyone's like miserable and like just don't talk to me. Like da da da. Da. It's like we could be besties right now.
Yeah,
But
imagine if
yeah.
it was the norm that like to just turn around and like talk to the people in front behind you. So then like I bet it like airplane rides would not be that bad.
You know what, bro? Let's do this. Next time we go on vacation, let's do that. I'm not even kidding. Like we sit
Uh-huh.
down on our seats and we turn around like to the people in front of us and back of us to the side of us and just like be like,
Like,
hey, what's up? What's
like,
your
can
name?
I tell you something? Can
What?
I tell you something? I'm so down. It sounds like a good idea
Let's do
until like,
it.
dude, like
What?
no, but until Nona, like when your energy is not matched, that is like the most
Oh.
painful. Like the thing is because me and you are gonna be like, yeah, I can't wait, let's do it. We're gonna sit there, the no seatbelt sign's gonna go off. We're gonna turn around, and be like, hey guys, nice to meet you. What's your name? They're gonna be like, Bill, and we're just not gonna want to talk. You know what I
That's
mean? It's
okay,
gonna just
Bill. Fuck you.
it's gonna shut us down like so hard. And then we're gonna sit there like, why did we do that? It's gonna be so funny. Have you experienced something like that, dude? Have
Yeah,
you experienced something like that?
instant
It's the worst feeling.
mood changer.
Instant humbling.
It's
People are so effed up. Like, why do they do that?
like just match the
What if,
energy. Act fake for me. Like just act fake.
yeah, because that's so. Let me tell you. Can I have? Let me tell you a story where that happened recently. And then I have to go back to my airplane story, please. Like I have to get these off my chest.
I'm
Listen, so
crying. I'm
you know how
crying.
my airport was like I didn't have my passport. So my dad was helping me get it expedited through like a friend.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And he kept telling me my dad, because obviously I'm terrible with my phone. Like I'm good with my phone, but like I'm not good with like responding instantly because like I like literally will like never look at my text messages, or it's on do not disturb. My like notifications for phone calls are off, like all that kind of stuff. My dad kept saying like, when he calls you, you have to pick up. Like you have to pick up. So I was like, okay. Like as long as I'm anticipating the call, I'll pick up. The following day, my dad tells me, okay, instead of him calling you, you're gonna call him midday. That's what he says to me, midday, no specific time. This is the day that I was with you. Do you remember?
Yeah,
And then
podcast.
my dad called me, and I had to, yeah. So he tells me midday, but apparently he changes his mind and he decides he's gonna call me instead. And now I'm not anticipating a call because we're recording the podcast. So I missed his call. And like I shit you not, 2 minutes later he calls my dad, who's in Armenia, to tell my dad that I didn't pick up the call. Okay.
Snitching.
So yeah, like immediately. So of course my dad calls me, he's like, hey, you should call back, this, that. So I call back, whatever, he figures everything out. But anyways, when I show up to grab my passport, I'm sitting there, he walks into the door, and he goes, so you're the girl who doesn't like to answer her phone, huh?
Oh.
And yeah, but I got playful vibes, and I started laughing. I was like, yeah, like, you know what? And he was immediately like, that's not something to laugh about. I was so embarrassed. I didn't say a word the rest of the time that I was there. He was saying that, like, yep, yes, sir. I was literally so, because I was cracking up, and he shut me down immediately. This man like didn't even give me a second to finish my joke, even about not answering my phone. It's so embarrassing.
Oh my god, I'd cry. I'd literally go home.
Yeah, no.
No, that's when you're driving home and you don't listen to any music. Bye.
Yeah, no, 100%. The entire time there, I was like, yeah, maybe like I should be more cautious with my phone. Yeah, I'd be like reevaluating my like values as a person because I didn't answer a phone call. Like, what?
That's maybe he was having a bad day and he just wanted to like scapegoat you, you know?
I think that's like usually the case when people get upset like that, but it's funny because it doesn't happen often. I'll be honest. I feel like more often than not, people match energies than they don't. Like more often than not, people will reciprocate. Like if you're being friendly, they'll be friendly. If you're being mean, they'll be mean. They'll like match your energy. So when someone does like that, like we're like, if I'm showing up to them, if we turn around and we talk to the people behind us and they're just like, what do you want? It catches me so off guard. Like for sure they're having a bad day, but it catches me so off guard that it stuns you, like a bitch was too stunned to speak. Like I literally don't even know what to say. Like oh, like that's the best thing you can do.
Yeah. But you know what? Again, it's like I know that you're having a bad day and like you want to be like, you know, you want to like basically show the world that you're having a bad day in some sense, but like if you just be fake and match that person's energy, maybe you'll have a better day, you know? Maybe like you're
Dude, that is facts.
about your bad day. You know, like sometimes like when I have a bad day and I go out and like someone's like, you know, bubbly and I match their bubbly energy, like my bad day is a good day now, you know? I think it's just like a mental battle between you versus you know? And then you're like, I want everyone to have a bad day because I'm having a bad day. That's such a pessimistic, like, mindset.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. I love the way that you said that because that's like 100% true. Like,
yeah,
it's like faking it till you make it. You know what I mean?
Literally.
Like, and I don't. It doesn't. It's crazy, right? Like they're having a bad day, and instead of like taking an opportunity to laugh or to like have a good time in front of them, it's like they want to make the rest of their day worse. It's like, what?
Exactly. And you know what's crazy? Like maybe this doesn't happen often, but usually like that bad thing that happened to you probably took what, like 5 minutes out of your day, like, and you're dwelling on that for the rest of your day. Like, come on. Just cry about it for like 30 minutes and then move on.
100%. What you just said is like how I view, like, obviously, like there's some instances that like will dwell on you like for a really long time just because they're super serious like situations, but that is how I view bad situations in my life all the time. Like this is what I think. Like you're saying like, oh, okay, so like you were the situation that made you upset took like 5 minutes out of your day, was probably out of your control, right? Like maybe someone else pissed you off, someone did you wrong, and then you waste the rest of your 23 hours because of that when you have control over the rest. I think
Yeah.
that's like such a powerful mindset because I like have used it myself, like in regards to like situations that have been shitty, and it's such a strong way to view something because it's like when I get really upset about like something that has happened or something that's like bothered me or something that someone has done, I'm like, okay, well, you upset me, right? You did
Mhm.
something that was hurtful to me, and I didn't have any control over that. The more I dwell on that, the more I mourn, like past the normal point, like where it gets extended, I give more of my life to you. You
Mhm.
already took that piece. Like the minute you pissed me off, the minute you did me wrong, and the minute I don't know what happened, like you already took that piece. You already took that hour from me. You already took that day from me. You already took that week from me. The minute, the second I sit on that for more than like just like mourning it and being sad about it, like if I just let that extend, it's like I'm giving you more of my life. I'm like, I don't want to do that. That thought makes me never want to like that thought makes me move on from things so quickly.
Yeah. No, that's honestly the way that you said it was perfect. Yeah. And like we're like talking about like God forbid you get in a car accident and like or like someone keyed your car. Like we're talking about that. We're not talking about like anything super like traumatic in some sense. Like God forbid like a death or like an illness and stuff like that. We're just talking about like temporary quick bad things happening in your day. Are you there? Got it.
Yeah, honestly,
Oh,
like yeah, I feel like we're a little bit delayed with audio. Can you hear
I
me?
see. Yeah. Hello? Ding dong. My queen. My queen. Hello?
Can you hear me? Did it fix?
Yeah. Should we wrap it
Okay,
up?
so every
Or
time
like
we filled, wait, what happened?
should we wrap it up? I think the connection maybe like isn't doing that well, and I'm afraid that you get cut off completely.
So when I was in that meeting, it's gonna do that like every so often, but it goes through increments where it doesn't do that. I feel like maybe we should
Um,
like finish talking about what we were talking, maybe like another like topic introduction because I can't imagine like what we would even title this. You know what I mean? So
true.
maybe we can like think of like a little topic to talk about. Well, I was honestly thinking, which is like a good segue to what like I could respond to what you just said, and I was thinking that for this episode, like I don't know if you would have been down. I would have I've been like, but I'm only on this grind just because I like have been reading a lot of like self-help books recently. So I was gonna talk about like self-love and like
Oh
things that maybe
yes.
tips we have. And this is a really good way after I respond, I could be like, and today's topic would be about like steps we take to basically like stand our ground to make sure that we're protecting ourselves, self-love, like towards other
Yeah,
people, towards ourselves. I think that's a really good topic.
let's do it. Do you want to start it off?
All right, let's do it. Yeah. I'll respond to what you were saying before everything like shut off. I was gonna say like yeah, 100%. We were talking about like less traumatic
Oh my
experiences,
God.
and also
I just got a Zoom thing alert and said that the meeting's gonna end in 10 minutes.
oh, are you using your not your student account?
Oh no, I forgot.
That's okay. You think we could restart it after the 40 minutes?
Yeah.
Would that work?
Yeah.
Probably,
I mean,
right?
it says it's gonna end in 10 minutes. So we got like 9 minutes right now. And then I'll just end it and then restart.
Okay, so we'll do that and we'll restart. Okay, sounds
Sure.
good. We'll make a new meeting.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say we were 100% talking about situations that are like less traumatic. But even honestly, like with non-traumatic like things like let's say like a car crash and stuff like that, even though those could also be traumatic, it like I hope our messages don't come off as like just get over it because you can mourn that situation and you can feel sad for as long as you would like.
Mhm.
The tips and that mindset that I impose onto myself isn't like as soon as something bad happens to me, I'm not like, or we're not like, right? Because we were both saying it, we're not like, oh, we'll get over it fast. Like you have to spend the rest of your day being happy, try to fake it till you get happier. none of that. Like
Yeah.
it's if anything, I enjoy feeling my emotions. So like when I'm sad, I let myself feel those things. The only
Mhm.
time I bring those things into my mind is when I know I'm ready and want to get over something and I'm not. You know when you reach that point, right? Like I feel like you've
Yes.
probably been there too, where you're like, damn, like I felt enough of this. Like I'm sick of feeling it. When I'm there, that's when I impose those thoughts into my mind where I'm like, okay, now I'm not going to let them have any more of my days because I gave them all of those. You know what I mean? But
Exactly.
like it's
I agree.
totally okay to feel sadness for as long as you would like, as long as it feels right.
Yes. 100% agree with everything you said. And I think that's like a huge factor of self-love.
Things that you need to like take care of yourself. Which is like honestly a really perfect segue into what we wanted to talk about today, which is gonna be like tips for self-love and taking care of yourself and protecting yourself and your emotions and all of that good stuff.
Exactly. Exactly. You know what? You know what's crazy? Yesterday,
Yeah.
I was speaking to someone, right? And
Hmm.
I actually told him that he should become a guest on our podcast because literally, man, let me tell you, Arav, this man,
Uh-huh.
when he talks to you,
Where
like, you
did you
know
meet him?
how at the gym,
Uh-huh.
like, when he talks to you, you're so like mesmerized by what he's saying. Like, his energy is amazing. His aura is so good and like
Uh-huh.
powerful, and like he was basically preaching the concept of like self-love and stuff, because I was telling him how like I have periods of like where I have really good workouts, and then like yesterday, I mean 2 days ago, I went to the gym and I couldn't even finish 2 sets, and I literally just walked out of the gym because I just felt so weak and mentally not there. And then he was like, well,
Uh-huh.
that's self-love. And he was like, it's important to forgive yourself when things like that happen. And that stuck with me. Like I like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
I
it's
actually I
important.
actually really like that.
Yeah, it's important to forgive yourself and be like, okay, you know what? It didn't happen today, but I'm gonna come back tomorrow. You know, like I'm gonna get back at it tomorrow. Not necessarily like I'm gonna do 10 times more than what I should have done, not punishment wise, just like, okay, like tomorrow's a new day,
Just a reset,
restart
just a
and
reset.
restart. Yeah. And the fact that he's like, you like, part of self-love is forgiveness.
Wow, I really like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, no, I was like low-key like on the verge of crying. Like, he said so many things, like literally just so many things. He said everything. And I was like, we need him on the podcast. We need him on the podcast.
Yeah, I actually would really
Yeah.
love to hear his perspective. Like, because I even like that what you just shared right now.
Yeah. And you know what? We were like actually talking about it because he is 38 years old. But look, if you meet him in person, he does not look a day over 26. I'm not even kidding you. And then I
What's his
was like,
ethnicity?
I think he's mixed. I don't know. I don't know. I don't
Uh-huh.
know. I'm gonna ask my brother because he's like closer to him. But yeah, but insane. Because then I was like, I told him I was like, you look so like youthful, and he's like, because I act youthful. He was like, if I feel like I'm still 17, I'm still gonna act 17. I still enjoy doing everything that I used to when I was 17. You know, he was like, people
Yeah.
stay young because they allow themselves to feel young. They allow themselves to be young. Then he was saying how like he met this guy and he's 6 years younger than he is, and he looked 10 years older than him, you know, like. And he was like,
Right.
because like it's literally just energy. It's all about energy in this world. Everything's about energy. If you have a youthful energy, you will stay youthful. If you have a more like of an older energy, then your appearance is gonna come to your energy. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know if that sounds weird, but
It
like
it doesn't sound weird to me, but I know I relate to it. Like I've thought those thoughts that you're saying right now, so I agree with you.
yeah, and I was like, that is so interesting. Yeah, so I thought I had to share that.
Yeah, I'm actually would really love to have him on the podcast, and as soon as you would like to bring him, get him in here because
Yeah.
I want to pick his brain, and I think it'd be good
Yes.
for us to interview him.
Yes, I was like low-key thinking like when we have guests, we just rent a studio for a day and have the guests come to the studio.
Wait, that would be really smart. Yeah, actually,
right?
I like that. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that because we need him. We need him. I feel you guys will enjoy hearing him. Like he changed like that 10-minute conversation that I had with him changed my life and my perspective. And I feel like if we have him on podcast and we could pick his brains and he could just give us all his wisdom, like I think
Yeah.
that's very good for all of us.
You know that
Yeah.
first thing that you said, that he basically said that it's like important to like forgive yourself. Like it's like,
Hmm.
okay, big deal. Like you came and you only did two sets, right? Like
Hmm.
you shouldn't even dwell on it. If anything, it's
Hmm.
like it happened, like you forgive yourself
Yeah.
for it. I like literally like started reading a book like today, like literally maybe like the first like 15-20 pages.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure you've heard of it, like The Subtle Art of like Not Giving a Fuck. It's like a really popular book. But
Oh.
the first few pages talk about that topic. And it's the fact that like as humans, we do this thing that we get, not only do we like experience negative things, like for example, like your negative experience was like you going to the gym and not performing like you would want to, right?
Hmm.
Or
Hmm.
like another negative experience that the book talks about is like maybe like when you get like really angry when you know you shouldn't have got angry, right?
Hmm.
So he's like, okay, we experience those negative things, and instead of just like letting them be and like forgiving ourselves for them, right? Or in his form of it, it's just like thinking like, okay, not giving too many like fucks about it, right? Like that he
Hmm.
keeps repeating that, like just to like let it pass, like it's not that big of a deal. We will
I
dwell on that. That book is basically saying that exact same thing, because he was saying that it's crazy that we do that negative thing, right? And instead of letting that negative thing be what it is and forgiving ourselves for it, we
Mhm.
will get mad at ourselves because of that negative thing and we'll dwell on it. So for example, like when we get angry about something stupid that we know that we shouldn't have got angry about, like for people who like struggle with anger issues, they get
Mhm.
mad at something like dumb, and then they're just like, why the hell did I just get mad about that? I'm so dumb for getting mad at something. And then they get mad about themselves for getting mad. Or for example, like yours is not that extreme, but just for reference, right? Like you go to
Yeah.
the gym, you have a bad gym day, and instead of just forgiving ourselves for it, we go home and we're like, why the hell did I just have a shitty gym day? What do I have to
Mhm.
change? That's not like me, you know? Well,
Yeah.
but instead, if you were to, like you said, just like if we were, because I do that all the time, I'm a big victim of that. Like if I do something wrong, I'll be really hard on myself for it. Because like instead of just like being like, okay, we made a mistake or we could have done better, it's okay. We move
Mhm.
on. We dwell on that thing for a little bit longer, and we end up like ruining more of our time.
Literally. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, like, honestly, like, it does take practice. It's kind of like this way of thinking about life is literally the same way of thinking about that little talk on your head, or like, you know what I mean? That voice in your head that like says, like, oh, give up. And you're like, no, I'm not gonna give up. Or like, that bad voice in your head. It's kind of that. It's like, you keep on gotta dismiss it and practice what you want to
Right.
do. Like practice optimism.
Right. It like, I don't know, to want to better your like mindset when it comes to stuff like this, to want to better your relationship with yourself, like the voices in your head, like your thoughts about yourself, is a practice. It's just like exercising. It's like, was it easy when you first started? Like you felt lost. You felt like it
Yeah,
wasn't working until all of a sudden, like you did it so often and you did it so consistently that it started to make sense and it started
yeah,
to work, which is that it's exact same thing. Like it's not an easy process to get to like all these different like points where you're like forgiving yourself and you're being really nice, and anyone who says that they've done it like and they do it all the time is lying. Like we're human. Like that's what
exactly.
makes us human. We're never going to be perfect when it comes to that, but it's definitely like a work. It's like literally like exercising. That's the best thing I can compare it to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is so true. It's literally exercise. And are you there?
Yeah, hello?
Okay. It's literally, I like how you said that. It is exercise. And guess what? Guess who you talk to the most? You talk to yourself the most. You talk to that voice in your head all the time.
Yeah.
Why not instead of let your thoughts control you, why don't you learn how to control your thoughts? That's when you actually become powerful. That's when you take control of your life, you know? Like, it's you versus your thoughts. It will
Yeah,
always be
100%.
you versus your thoughts, and you cannot give power to your thoughts. You got to learn how to train yourself. And like, I know that we talked about this, actually we do talk about this a lot in our podcast, but like, let's say a pessimistic person, being a pessimistic person is a choice, you know? You choose to listen to that thought in your head, you know? There's gonna be a point in your life that you're
Right.
gonna be so sick and tired of that voice in your head that you're like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna change my life now. I want to become an optimistic person. And that's when that thought in your head says something bad about you, that's when you like change it and like basically like, I don't know, think the opposite of it. It's an exercise, it really is. It's like how you kind of do progressive overload to like grow muscles. You have to do progressive overload on your thoughts.
No, it's so true. It is so true. That's a really funny way to put it, but it's perfect also for like the people who are listening to this. Like that's the kind of like metaphors we have to use. Like
Literally.
sets and reps. It's like progressive overload.
But for your brain.
I was gonna ask you a question. Like you brought up like a really good point. You're basically saying that we it's you versus you, and you have to challenge those things in order to like basically develop this like better relationship with yourself in order to protect yourself from those thoughts, right?
Mhm.
So I have a question for you in terms of self-love. Like what do you think you do, right? Like so the way we protect ourselves from ourself is like conditioning our minds to think positively about ourselves, like forgiving ourselves, like those things that we covered a little bit. What do you do? Like this, I see this as a big form of self-love. What do you do to protect yourself and your energy from others? Like,
I
what are
think
some things that you consider?
I think I have a couple. I think one major thing for me is limiting, decreasing my time on my phone, especially on social media. And
Uh-huh.
then I also think just like being kind to others is a practice of self-love. Like just being kind to a random stranger, saying hi to someone that you don't know, complimenting a stranger is a form of self-love. Because when you do that, not only are you making their day better, but you make your own day so much better. And I'm just so much happier and just bubbly and just mentally better when I, you know, practice
It
that. It
radiates
radiates,
100%.
yeah. It radiates. And I honestly feel like our rent on this world is to help others. I feel like that is the purpose of us being here, to help everyone and everything from animals to humans to everything, you know? Like that's our purpose on earth. And that's why people feel so good whenever they help anyone in need, you know? I've never heard of someone feeling bad after helping someone who was in need, you know?
Yeah, that's a
And
really
I
good point.
Yeah, and I feel like taking time out of my day to do things that make me happy is a form of self-love that I truly enjoy doing, you know, like swimming in the ocean in the
Me too.
morning or like reading my book, you know, it could take what, an hour of my day, you know, that's a form of self-love. How about you? I'm curious.
For what I like to do for self-love or like
Mhm.
protecting.
Uh, do the self-love one first.
Yeah, I think the last thing that you mentioned is something that I do a lot. I love to like ground myself with things that I love to do. I don't do everything that I love to do all the time, but I have these like things that like make me extremely happy, and it's just me, and it's just an action that grounds me. That like for example, like you were saying, like for you it's like swimming in the ocean, right? Like I love that as well, but I don't do that often as I would like. I've it's been so long since I've touched ocean water, even though it's so dumb because I really enjoy it. But there's other things that like reading a book. I love to read a book, and sometimes like if I'm feeling out of touch with myself and I'm not happy with myself, I'll do those things that I know have always brought me joy. Like, and honestly, there's like little things that make me super happy that I feel like are acts like of self-love, and they become therapeutic for me, like skincare. Like I
Mm,
know that when I do my skincare all the time, but when I'm having a bad day, I'll just be so gentle with my face. I'll take so long in there, like while I'm like washing my face, and it becomes an act of self-love. It's just like indulging in activities that I really love, like you said. definitely feels like self-love. Something else that I do for self-love, and we talked about this before, is I will journal a lot. And I
Yeah.
think that that's one of the best things I've ever done for myself. Something else that I do is I will reserve my energy, if that makes sense. Like if I feel like I need to, for example, do something to uplift me, I might just like pull back a little bit and just spend some time with myself, like isolate, like stop like putting my energy in places when I feel like I need to work on my self-love momentarily, like, and
Mhm.
I'll just isolate and just like collect myself, you know?
Yeah. No, I agree. So, what do you do to protect your energy?
Um, I asked you because I was like thinking about that like heavily on my plane ride, right? Like I was
Mhm.
honestly like I'll be like completely like I was thinking about I mean I had an 11-hour plane ride, right? So like imagine I was like
Mhm.
thinking about life and
Mhm.
everything. And I was like, damn, I don't think I protect myself enough. Like I feel like there's a fine line, right? Like you don't want to do it to the point where you build all these walls, you
Yeah.
know? And I think like easy to get there, but
Mhm.
I do feel like I don't do it enough. Like I feel like for me, yeah, I don't have a lot of people who are close to me, right? But like for me, when people do enter my life, like I feel like I don't put these barriers up like that I know I should put up to protect myself, and it could be really easy for me to get to a point where I get hurt or something, or like I might view myself differently because of things that happen. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so I don't think I do enough. I was reflecting though, and I was thinking that like maybe a form of like protecting like yourself for like to take care of yourself would be to, I feel like not let, or like to really, 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 really understand people before letting them in. Like not like never trust too easily, if that makes sense. I
Yes,
think to be
100%.
selective, I think is a better way to put it. Like if you want to take care of yourself and make sure that like you're good, I think to be selective of the people around you is a really important one.
Exactly. Be selective and like don't dismiss red flags, you know? Like, I feel like
Yep, that's
you
the one.
exactly like adding on to what you said, it's like if I meet someone and for the first time and I see that their actions or like their morals don't align with my morals, I will respectfully never hang out with that person again or just like be an acquaintance, you know? Like just
Right, you
never
don't have to shun them, right? But you just
yeah,
know they
just
don't
never
align
get
with you.
close. Exactly. And like that's okay. Like maybe it's the way that they were raised, but I know that if that person was in my life, that would make me a miserable person because I have to deal with what they like I have to deal with the hurt that they would cause to me. So I don't allow it at all. Like it's like that, you know how they say love at first sight? Well, you have the opposite too, you know? Like you could
Right.
definitely tell like this person ain't the one, you know, like when
Yeah.
you meet them. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
You
like
know what else I
also
was thinking? Sorry, no, 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 you first.
no, no, go, go, go.
I'll remember it. No, 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 I'll
No,
remember
no,
it
no.
because
I'll remember mine too. Don't, go, go, go. I trust.
no, because you what you said gave me an idea. So if you keep talking, I'll probably keep rolling. I want you to continue your
I
thoughts.
forgot. I forgot my thought.
You're lying.
No,
No,
no, I
no.
swear. It just went out my
Say
ear.
swear. Say swear. Say swear. Yeah,
I
exactly. Go
swear, I
ahead.
swear,
Go
I
ahead.
swear.
No, go ahead. Say
No,
it.
I honestly, now I actually did forget. Not gonna lie.
Damn, I feel bad.
No, no, don't worry. Go, 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 go. At least,
I'll say mine quickly. It was about like okay, so you're basically saying like if someone gives you those red flags, you can't dismiss them. I absolutely agree. Another thing that I think that I'm not good at. So this is what I mean by like I feel like I don't protect myself enough with my I feel like I will like believe people's characters with what they say it is rather than what
mm,
they show it is. So I just assume because for me it's like I am not going to tell you that I like the gym if I don't like the gym. I am not going to tell you that I do X, Y, and Z if I don't do X, Y, and Z things. But I think some people might say that like, hey, this is for lack of better words, because no one really says this, but some people might be like, hey, I'm a good person. And me, I will be like, I will believe that because I
Mhm.
just instinctively, like, I by default, I don't assume someone it would lie about their character or their traits, right? So I
Mhm.
think just like you're saying, like, don't dismiss red flags, I think don't like don't submit to like green flags without them actually being green yet. Like it just these like the honeymoon, like you just meet a friend and they seem great. Like how many times have you just did you meet someone, like for example in high school, they were great, they were so sweet to you, they were your best friend, and then they did something awful to you, right? But
Mm.
it's like
Mm.
on the surface they looked great, right? I
Yeah.
think it's to protect yourself, it's important. Like you also don't want to go through life like being super cautious and wary of everyone and assuming everyone's going to hurt you, because then that's no fun. Like, like I think it's important to be open to like everyone and everything. But I learned for sure that like in order to protect yourself, I think like those first impressions, like if they're bad, this person is probably bad. Like if they're red flags, this person is like dismiss them immediately. But if they're green flags, that doesn't mean admit them immediately. You get what I'm
Yes.
saying? Let them
Yes.
prove those green flags for a while.
100%. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. You're so right. For a really long
Yeah.
time, because people can play a game for a really long time too. And like, I also feel like always trust your gut, your intuition, you know? And like, I don't know. I feel like in my life, well, I've always been way too kind and way too giving, and that
Me too.
has made people take advantage of me. And I've forgive and kept on getting hurt. And then I soon learned my lesson that actions speak louder than words. You always pay attention to actions. And once that person hurts you once, they're out of your life completely. Like there's an intent
That's where
behind
I'm
that.
at too. That's where
Yeah.
I'm at too. But before I wasn't there. Before I would that I think that I feel like you can relate to this, the giver, the helper in us. Like whenever, even when someone used to like do me wrong, a friend, whatever it was, I
Mhm.
would want to forgive them because I would want to see their better side. Like I knew they messed up, but I wanted to forgive them so that I could see them be better for
Yeah.
our friendship. And you cannot be doing that all the time. Honestly, none of the time. Like I feel like as that happened, like and as that happens, you get to the point where you're just like one and done. Like honestly, like there's little mistakes you can make. Everyone does, but like if you
Yeah.
really hurt someone, really hurts you, it's a one and done. Honestly,
Yeah, because if you think about it, if someone truly loves you as a friend or anything else, they will never do anything to hurt you. So as soon as that person does something that hurts you, that shows their real intention. They probably were using you for something. It could be using you for companionship, using you for, I don't know, I don't know. Like they could be using you for something. So
one hundred percent.
a true friend would never ever ever do anything to make you feel uncomfortable, to hurt you, or even think about hurting you. They're supposed to be your support system. They should be your ride or die. And obviously, like there's not many people out there, and I feel like especially like living in LA, like or like even in America, I don't know, it very varies. Like I know like when I used to go to Iran, like I think like cultures really impact people in some sense and like their valueship,
Mm-hmm.
you know? But yeah, so I feel like always like be aware, you know? Be aware.
That's the best way to put it. Like you shouldn't run, you shouldn't accept, you should just be cautious. I feel like you should always be like your sweet and kind self, but to not allow people fully in, like to just be aware, just be cautious, take note of like behaviors, actions, like let people prove themselves because they
Exactly.
should. They should if they want to
Exactly.
be in your life.
Yeah, no, I agree. 100%. 100%. And like I get that people make mistakes. Maybe your friend was having a bad day and like said something, but like you would
All,
know
all
that
all of these are exceptions. I feel like when that's the case, and when
yeah,
someone really did you wrong and you're shoving it under the rug. Like
exactly.
you know.
100%. 100%. I mean, how many times were you mean to your mom and you like didn't want to be mean to your mom because I don't know, that happens. Like
Exactly.
I would do anything for my family, but some days I have a bad day and I don't know, I'm just a brat. But I would
Yeah, but
literally
how long
die
does
for
it
them.
take? how long does it take before you're like, I messed
Apologize.
up and you like apologize? Like it's probably like
Oh, immediately.
yeah, like that's not hard. Like here's the thing, like if someone messes up unintentionally and it's brought to their attention that they hurt you and they didn't mean to, that adjustment comes so fast. And it's like a
Yeah.
real adjustment. If
Yeah.
that's missing, that person is not going to change and that person meant to do it or will just
Yeah.
continue to. Maybe you're not meant to, but they're just built different. They're just mean.
Yeah. And why would you want that person in your life? You know how they say there's so many fish in the sea. Well, yeah, there's so many fish in the sea, and pretty sure you could find a better friend than that, you know? Like, always
Yeah,
choose
better friend,
you.
better companion, whatever it is.
Yeah. And like honestly, like a good friend is so valuable, you know? So valuable. If you have that good friend, like you're set. But if you like one good friend is better than 20 somewhat okay friends, you know?
100%.
So be selective, have high standards, and learn to say no, learn to have boundaries for yourself. If that person is meant in your life, they will never get hurt by you for like sticking up to your for your I don't know, you know, sticking up for yourself.
Right, that's a really good one. That's a really good point. Like in terms of like really deciding or if someone is meant to be in your life, like anyone who really cares about you is going to be okay with the discussion of you hurt me when you did this. It's not going to be
Yeah.
offensive. If anything, like you telling them that is going to make them want to have that conversation. Like, what do you mean? What did I do? How can I fix it? I had no idea I was doing that. But if you bring that up and someone is immediately defensive and immediately hurt by your words, I think that's a bad flag.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just always trust your gut.
Intuition goes a long way with stuff like this, I
Oh,
think.
100%. Yeah.
All right, you want to wrap it up?
Yeah. I was just gonna say, I think we covered some
I
good
felt it.
points. And I'm really happy that you're happy right now in Armenia. I miss you. I can't wait until you come back. But have
Yeah, I can't
fun
wait to be
there.
back.
I want to see photos, you know, take me on a virtual tour.
I will. I'll text you some stuff like of the scenic stuff that I've been seeing lately.
Please do, please do. And yeah, and that is up for Muscle Mommies. We will catch you guys soon. Hopefully next week we'll talk to you guys and have the best day ever.
We love you guys. Bye.
Bye.